Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for Botched Situation, an internet game show and hangout session. I'm Jake, the champion of below average.
And I'm Chris, the future diabetes spokesperson.
We are your co hosts and competitors, and we still don't know what we're doing.
Welcome, one and all, to Season 0, Episode 10. As always, we will be battling it out in a series of competitive segments, all for the coveted title of Not the Screw Up.
And a word of warning to our audience, there is the possibility that the show may contain mature content.
And due to the nature of the games we play and the material that we cover, spoilers for various properties are always a risk.
So listen at your own risk. Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Jake?
Good. The intro is done. We're moving on to our next thing here. I had another busy week at work, as always, and I'm sure you had a busy week of parenting, but tell me the details.
Oh, well, the kid's just getting more and more violent and crazy by the day. But it's nothing I can't grit my teeth and get through.
Nothing quite like violent children. He must be yours. It takes after his dad. So violent.
So violent. Nah, he's great. Being home is great.
I do want to point out before we jump into actual segments, this is episode number 10 of season 0. That's a pretty big deal. That's 10 hours of actually 10 episodes, so it's actually probably closer to 20 hours of content.
That's not bad. We've been doing it for a few months now, so that's cool.
Yeah. Which reminds me, Chris, let's say we've got some listeners or some new folks tuning in who want to know how they can listen to previous episodes, and they're like, "Oh, well, we looked at Twitch, but all your videos are gone." How can they go listen to that stuff?
You know, Twitch is funny like that, but worry not, we've got you covered because we have a YouTube channel. Oh, unheard of for a Twitch streamer to have a YouTube channel, I know.
Shock.
But we do. There's a link in the chat right there if you want to follow that. We also have a link on our About Me page. You can go there and find past episodes in their entirety. We'll also eventually be putting up things like clip shows and edited down stuff. Other content as it comes out.
Yes, so that'll be a good spot to tune in. I think we have one other surprise announcement for the audience.
We do.
If
Very excited for it.
Take the lead there, sir.
I'll take it, sure. I mean, you're the one who did it, but we now finally have completed the Botched Situation theme song.
Woo! We're a real game show now. We have a theme.
Oh, yeah. And you will not find it implemented in this episode in any way because that's going to take a little bit more work. But the song is done, and we wanted to share it with you all tonight and see what you think of it.
Yeah, it's. I'm very excited for this. I think having a theme is so important to identifying with the show. So I feel like this is a big step for us. Hopefully all of you enjoy it, and it will be incorporated into the YouTube as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, would you like me to go ahead and play it? We want to preview this bad boy? All right, let's do it. Here we go. The Botched Situation official theme. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah.
Not too shabby,
Fantastic.
right?
I sure think so. Thanks to the tireless work of Mr. Jacob and very minor inputs from myself.
Team effort through and through. It was a lot of fun to make. I'm glad it came out so groovy and kind of has that matches our theme overall, like our feel. So
yeah, I think it does. So look for that to be incorporated more into the show and into the YouTube channel in the future.
Very soon. Very, very, very soon. So I think with that, Chris, I think we're ready to jump in. I'm going to cue up the music here, and we'll be ready to rock.
Right on.
Chris, what kind of music would you like to listen to today?
Oh, I don't know. Hit me with that ambient.
Let's do it. There we go. All right.
All right. So we're all ready to go, and that means we're going to start with our first segment of the evening. And real quick, for those who don't know, this is a competitive game show deal. We've got 5 segments lined up for you tonight. Each segment will be worth 1 point. It goes to whoever wins. At the end of the show, the person with the most points wins. Simple enough concept. Our first segment is the classic Quizzard's First Rule. It's a curated trivia game. And this week, our theme for our trivia questions is animated sequels. So.
And just to clarify, Chris typically does win. Just got to set the record straight.
It happens sometimes.
All right.
We'll see. I think Chris sometimes just trolls in his questions a little bit harder. It's not exactly fair.
Yes. All right, sir.
So I'll start us off. Again, the theme is animated sequels. And Jake, your first question.
Animated sequels. I like this theme. I'm excited.
So which of the following summarizes the plot of Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2?
Oh my gosh, It's been so long since I've seen the second. I don't even know if I ever saw the second one.
I certainly haven't.
Great. What a great question.
And I'm glad that I haven't, based on what I've read about it.
Okay, hit me.
So what's the plot? Is it A, an evil grocer sends an apathetic llama to infiltrate the gypsies and kill Esmeralda? Is it B, an evil wagon driver sends his wealthy but soft-hearted uncle to trick Quasimodo into selling his gargoyle friends?
Evil wagon driver.
Yeah. Is it C, an evil circus owner sends a girl, tired of being too pretty, to seduce Quasimodo and steal the secret gems inside one of his bells? Or is it D, an evil doctor sends a supernaturally strong patient to compete with Quasimodo and take home the ultimate Notre Dame warrior title?
That one's definitely my favorite. For those of you in the audience, please shout out your answers and help me out with this. Okay, so evil grocer, evil wagon driver, evil circus owner, or evil doctor?
Mm-hmm. There's someone evil, and they do have a profession.
Evil circus owner sends a girl tired of being too pretty to seduce Quasimodo. That sounds so ridiculous, it might actually be right. An evil wagon driver sends his wealthy but soft-hearted uncle to trick Quasimodo into selling it. I thought the gargoyles nobody knew about.
A lot of things can happen between a movie and its sequel.
I'm just gonna go with C, an evil circus owner, because I haven't seen this, so I really don't know. I'm gonna go with C.
Final answer?
Rachel says 1 or 2. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm going with C. Final answer.
Well, you made the right choice. It is C.
Nice.
The movie is about an evil circus owner who sends a girl who's just tired of being so pretty and judged for her good looks to seduce Quasimodo and steal his secret bell gems.
I don't know what it is about circus owners, but in movies, video games, all of them, circus owners almost always end up being like these evil, ruthless businessmen.
You have a point. It may have something to do with enslaving animals and freaks to entertain people.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. Well, your second question. What movie marked the first theatrically released animated triquel? So, yeah, the third in the series, animated and released in theaters, not straight to home movie. Make sense?
I think so.
Was it Toy Story 3, Shrek the Third, Aladdin and the King of Thieves, or Pokemon 3 the movie, Spell of the Unknown?
Okay, it's not Toy Story 3 because I remember when that... And it was definitely not the first. That was definitely not the first. I know Shrek is pretty old. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the Pokemon movies. I've seen the show, of course. All right. Gut feeling, Shrek, the third, final answer.
I'm sorry, you're not correct. No, the answer is D. Pokemon 3 the movie.
What?
Was the first animated triquel to have a theatrical release.
Well, I am proving that I am champion of average, or below average, excuse me.
Oh, that's fine. Everyone underestimates the power of the Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Well, so 1 for 2. We'll see how the other 3 go. What is the title of the second sequel to Disney's Cinderella? So the third in the series. Not chronologically, just the third one released. Was it Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time? Cinderella 3, We've Got Big Balls? Cinderella 3, Space Princess? Or Cinderella 3, Revenge of Gus?
Clearly the only answer here is We've Got Big Balls. Space Princess, Revenge of Gus. That doesn't sound right. Or it's got to be A Twist in Time. A.
You are correct. It is A Twist in Time. Apparently, she's sent back in time in that one. Before she met Prince Charming, who's now some sort of goofball. And yeah, I guess it's Disney's attempt to rewrite the Cinderella story to make her a more powerful princess.
I do like the idea of Cinderella being a space princess. Maybe she could have some laser beams or something.
Give the mice a bunch of little TIE fighters.
Yes.
All right. Question number 4.
I'm ready.
How many of the 14 Land Before Time movies exceed 80 minutes in length?
Okay, so an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. How many are longer? Is it A, 0, B, 7, C, 2, or D, 13?
Okay, so with The Land Before Time, my only reference is my childhood. Because I know I and my siblings watched plenty of The Land Before Time. It's not 0. There's just no way it's 0. That's just too... They certainly felt longer than that. It's not 13. I think that's too high. So I'm down to B or C, 7 or 2. Rachel is saying 2. I was leaning towards 7, just because an hour and 20 minutes seems so short. But you did say exceeds. Was it half or 2? You know what? I'm going to go with 2, because half seems a bit excessive. So C, 2, final answer.
You are correct.
Woo!
Audience has it on this one. Only 2 of them, number 10 and number 14, are longer than 80 minutes. It's pretty short movies. They did feel longer,
As
right?
a kid, they felt super long.
Yeah. Maybe it's because the whole beginning is so sad and boring.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, last question, number 5. What is the highest grossing animated sequel of all time? Is it A, Incredibles 2, B, Frozen 2, C, Toy Story 4, or D, Kronk's New Groove?
Highest grossing animated sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's definitely not Kronk's New Groove. Incredibles 2 was very incredible, but I don't think it has the popularity as Frozen or Toy Story. Oh, I don't know. Frozen was like the biggest movie ever, at least in modern history. I don't think it's Toy Story 4. I've never even seen Toy Story 4. I'm going to go with Frozen 2. There was just so much hype about that, and it's modern times. People have more money. I'm going to go with Frozen 2, final answer, and I'm not going to let it go.
Well, you're right. It's Frozen 2. Absolutely. But, I mean, Frozen 2, Incredibles 2, and Toy Story 4 are the top 3. So, Toy Story 4 is number 3, I believe. It's up there.
For those of you that are hardcore Frozen fans and basketball fans, there is something called Slam Jams. Are you familiar with Slam Jams, Chris?
I love Slam Jams. I went through a phase where I listened to way too many Slam Jams.
It's where they take the Space Jam theme and they put it over top of other movies. And arguably my all-time favorite Slam Jam is from Frozen. And Elsa is singing, and they put the Space Jam theme on top in time and everything. And as she's like, doing the cool ice storms, she's making like basketballs fly around. And Charles Barkley shows up as Olaf, and it's just so great. So those of you that are basketball and Frozen fans should look up. Just Google Frozen Slam Jam. So
there's our next audio segment. We're gonna have to work in Slam Jam somehow.
Yes, come on and slam. Yup, you wanna try them.
All right. Well, that was fun. So what do you got for me?
Sir Chris, same theme here, animated sequels. I'm going to give you 5 questions, and we'll see how it goes. Question number 1. In the movie Despicable Me 2, Gru attempts to put his supervillain ways behind him by starting a business making and selling what? Is it A, tears, B, pizza? I do love me some pizza. C, tacos, my preferred dinner, or D, jelly?
I remember liking Despicable Me 2 all right. And I remember the whole spy plot and everything. I don't remember Gru starting a business.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I don't think he's selling tears. He gives those away for free.
He is a supervillain.
Yeah. Pizza, tacos, or jelly?
That is the question.
Pizza seems plausible, tacos seems minion-y, and jelly seems weird and maybe something Gru would really like from his weird whatever nationality he's from upbringing. Because I don't think he's from any clear country. It's a pretty made-up accent. I don't know. I got a feeling. I'm thinking
do you
maybe
have a good feeling?
Jelly. D. Jelly. Final answer.
That is correct. Very good. Very, very, very good.
Cool.
See, you don't even need to know.
Uh-huh.
All right, question number 2.
I want to interrupt you for 1 second. I learned today a meme that I'd never seen before. Apparently, somewhere it stated that the official average height of a minion is about 3.5 feet tall. And there's a big thing a couple years ago where comparing the silhouettes of a minion and Gru, they found out Gru's about 14 feet tall.
Really? I didn't know.
So he's some sort of enormous superhuman.
Super villain.
Yeah. Which explains why he can punch a shark in the face and shatter its spine.
See, they knew what they were doing when they were making that movie, Chris. They knew people were gonna dive into that.
They did the math.
Okay, so question number 2 of Quizzard's First Rule. What Pixar animated sequel is the longest film they have created to date? Is it A, Incredibles 2, B, Cars 2, C, Toy Story 2, or D, Finding Dory?
Oof. Well, I know which one felt the longest, and that was Cars 2. Oh my gosh. But I don't know if it was the longest. I kind of doubt it was. Toy Story 2. Maybe Finding Finding Dory felt on the long side. So did The Incredibles 2.
Finding Dory was kind of sad.
It was. Pixar likes to do that. They've all got a little... Well, most of them have an element of sadness to them.
That's very true.
I'm feeling... Incredibles 2. It's a pretty epic story. They explore a lot of themes, and a lot of stuff happens. I think it's Incredibles. Incredibles 2.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. You are 2 of 2. All right, moving on to question number 3. In Shrek 2, what happened to the mermaid who kisses Shrek? A, she turns into a frog. B, she suffocates. C, she gets eaten by a shark. Or D, she jumps off a cliff.
Okay. Oh, Shrek 2. Shrek 2. That's the one where they visit her parents. And they turn into people and stuff.
Most of those are pretty bad results, if I'm honest.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, they're all pretty rough.
And they all are fairly reasonable, reactions to kissing Shrek. Yeah. Turn into a frog. I don't think that would be it. He's not magical, although he is enchanted. I don't remember him kissing a mermaid, so I'm not sure. But I don't think he would turn her into a frog.
Okay. And
she would only suffocate if she just flopped around on the ground for a while afterward. And even that, mermaids don't suffocate. They breathe air. She didn't suffocate.
Well, I mean, I think the idea is, what if she suffocates from kissing him? Maybe his breath is so bad she just can't breathe.
That's fair. That's fair.
Never know.
Nah. I don't know. I'm not feeling B.
Okay.
She gets eaten by a shark. That could be maybe a quick visual gag. I don't remember the mermaid. She jumps off a cliff. Might be hanging out at the edge of a cliff.
Which is the reaction most viewers have when listening to our show.
Yeah.
Cliff jumping.
Did we put that warning at the beginning? Don't watch this show while hanging out at the edge of a cliff.
You might jump off.
Yeah. Feeling either C or D. It's either those feel like Shreky visual gags. But I think maybe C. Maybe the kiss and then the shark jumps out of the water and just chomps
Final
her
answer?
down. Yeah, C.
That is correct. She does get eaten by a shark.
Oh, okay.
How did you know?
I did not know.
3 of 3. Hey,
excellent. Okay.
Okay, this one's a little bit more difficult because it's an older movie. Question number 4. In the sequel, An American Tale 2, Fievel Goes West. During the course of his adventure, Fievel meets and befriends a legendary sheriff. What is the famous lawman's name? Have you seen this movie?
I have. Okay. I have. Ask Rachel.
Okay, so I hadn't seen this one.
I've subjected her to it.
Is it terrible?
The movie's not bad. It's just, oh my goodness, Fievel's hard to
handle,
deal with, yeah.
Okay, so is it A, Wiley Burp, B, John Meowwain, C, Heckin Clawmus, or D, Bill Tightpants?
Oh.
Irrational hate, says Rachel. Man. So it must be pretty abysmal. Maybe we should play it on the show.
The first one's worse. An American Tale is... I always liked Fievel Goes West better.
Got it.
And part of what I liked was Sheriff Wiley Burp.
So very good. Too easy. Yeah. Here I was thinking this one would stump you, and you knew it right away.
Although I'll tell you what, I love John Meowwain. Oh my goodness.
That was made up by me. John Meowwain.
That is brilliant. I love it so much. I wish. That's what they should have renamed the cat Tiger. They should have renamed him
John Meowwain.
Oh, that's so good.
One of these days we'll have to do a segment based off of previous answers from other episodes that we just made up. All right, Chris. Question number 5. If you get this right, you win Quizzard's first rule, and we'll take the first point.
Okay.
How many songs are there in Frozen 2? Is it A, I Don't Care, Let It Go, 9? Is it B, 5 Too Many? Is it C, 8-ish? Or is it D, Shifty 5? So again, is it A, I Don't Care, Let It Go, 9? 5 Too Many? 8-ish? Or Shifty 5?
None of these feel like real numbers.
They're numbers with a little bit added.
I Don't Care, Let It Go, 9. 5 Too Many, 8-ish, or 55.
55.
55. Girlfriend's age, 55.
55. My IQ, 55.
Oh. Group X. They should have written the soundtrack to Frozen 2.
Yes.
That would have been great.
This is for all the marbles.
So is that 9 or 5 or 8? I guess. How many songs are in Frozen 2? Oh, there's the Nothing Will Change song. There's the Everything's Cool song. There's the I'm Suddenly Memory Magic song. There's the Hey, we're tying in the song that didn't make sense from the first movie song.
I think that's at least Shifty 5, if you ask me.
There's the awesome Rock Ballad in the Woods song.
Yeah.
It's definitely more than that. It's not 5. It's not B.
Okay, so you've got it down to 9, 8-ish, or Shifty 5.
You're right. I know there's more. Oh yeah, obviously there's the big one, the trying to capture the fire of Let It Go song. I can't remember many more. 8 or 9. I'm gonna go with 8-ish, I guess. Maybe
Okay.
7.5, 8.5. Is that what 8-ish means? C, 8-ish.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Ah!
Rachel says makes sense when I'm older.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant by the everything's cool now.
Yeah.
So.
Very good, Chris. You have won Quizzard's first rule. You take the first point in this week's episode 10. Okay, so
glad to have you here, Brian.
Okay, so we are going to move on to segment number 2, which is a new-ish segment, audio reversal. Mm-hmm. Its maiden voyage was last week, and we had a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So I think we're going to dive into it again. Let me pause the music and get our clips set up here. Chris, remind me, would you like me to go first, or are you going to go first for this one?
You can start this one.
Okay. So the way this game works, for those of you that are tuning in for the first time or haven't heard, audio reversal is where Chris and I take clips from various different topics and we reverse them. And then we play them back to you, and the other person has to try to guess from multiple choice answers what it is from. And in this week, we're sticking with the animated theme, and these are voice clips from animated movies. Mm-hmm. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Are you ready? You ready, sir? And bear with me while I might have to change volume a little bit. There are different volume levels between movies and stuff. So here is your first option, number 1. And here it is reversed.
Oh. Oops. Did I wanna? Oops.
That was a little bit loud. Let me turn it down. You want to hear it again?
Yes, I would love to hear that again.
Noops. Did I wanna? Noops.
And we usually do 3, so I'll give you the third time.
All right.
Noops. Did I wanna? Noops.
Okay, so that clip is it from Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond? Is it SpongeBob SquarePants Mihoy Minoya? Is it The Tick Spoon? Or is it Genji I Need Healing? And if you'd like to hear it again, let me know.
You know, I don't think I need to hear it again.
Oh, certain of himself.
I'm fairly certain. Rachel says in the chat, "Nopes," and that is what it sounds like. And if you spell that backwards, you get pretty close to the actual word. I think it's probably C, the Tick, saying spoon.
Spoon.
Oops.
Let's find out if you're right or not. Here it is in the non-reversed.
Spoon. I don't get it. Spoon. Look.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Nice job,
excellent.
Chris. Remind me, do we go back and forth, or is it just all 5? I can't remember.
I think we went back and forth before.
Yeah,
I think that's right. What we did.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, then, if you want to play the first audio clip that I've prepared for you.
Yes, sir. Here we go. What the crap? Just some guy rumbling. I'm going to play that again. No mess. Yeah. All right. Third time. All right. Hit me with my options, sir.
All right. So what I'm going to give you, I'll give you the character. This is the Sheriff of Nottingham from Disney's Disney's Robin Hood.
Okay.
It's the big fat wolf guy.
Yeah.
So, what is he saying in this clip? And you may want to play it again after, I guess. Is he saying, "Now take it easy, Friar, I'm just doing my duty"? Is he saying, "Oh, you've got it all wrong, Hiss. The sniveling, groveling, measly, weaseling"? Is he saying... Is he saying, "Oh, Nutsy, that's mighty sweet. Sing it one more time, would you?" Or is he saying, "Untie the prisoner"?
Okay, now that I know the options, let me hear it one more time. Okay, so just purely based on length, Rachel says, "I know what it is," so she must know. I don't think it's "Untie the Prisoner," so not D. Now take it easy, Friar. You got it all wrong, or Nutsy, that's mighty sweet. I think option B, the one where it's, "Oh, you've got it all wrong, Hiss." The sniveling, groveling, measly, weaseling. I feel like there's too much space. Like there's the commas and the way that he would be speaking. It sounds a little bit too consistent for that. And honestly, A, "Now take it easy, Friar, I'm just doing my duty," I think is too slow. I feel like he talks too long in the clip. So I'm going to go with C. Final answer.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
Here we go.
"Oh, Nutsy, that's mighty sweet. Sing it one more time, will you?"
You got it.
Can you get that voice for me, Chris?
"Oh, Nutsy, that's mighty sweet. Sing it one more time, will you?"
Very good. All right. We're both 1 for 1.
All right.
We will go to your second question, sir. And here it is reversed. That's the wrong one. I apparently... Hold on. Stand by. Oh my gosh. I think I screwed it up. We can come back to me.
That's fine.
let's jump to. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Stand by. Hold on. I got this.
Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum,
I think
bum,
I-
ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
You know what? We might just have to skip that one. I'm sorry, Chris.
It's all right.
My B. Okay, so let's.
If it comes down to it, I'll just guess the spoon one again.
No, I don't know what. You know what? Hold on. Let me check my. No, I'm sorry. I must have goofed it up when I was fixing the audio. My bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
So much fail.
I
Okay.
can maybe just cut one of mine. We'll
Yeah,
see.
exactly. If you could.
All right.
So number 2.
Well, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and play number 2.
What the heck? Yeah. What the crap? Okay, one more time. Okay, what are my options?
All right. This one is from the 1977 animated version of The Hobbit.
Oh, classic.
This is Mr. Bilbo Baggins. I'll give you a hint that hilarious is probably your best clue to get
Okay.
this one. So, is this Bilbo saying, "Personally, I'd rather be back in Hobbiton," or "This is deucedly uncomfortable. I'm certain to get a rash," or "But I'd appreciate a more pragmatic salute. In other words, extinguish me," or "A box without hinges, key, or a lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid."
Okay, I'm going to play it again. Okay, so since it's reversed and it starts out with "Nyeh," that means the last word is whatever that is. So, Hobbiton, rash, extinguish me, or is hid. I feel like screaming Hobbiton doesn't sound like something Bilbo would do. So not A. A box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. I think that's a little too rhythmic. I'm certain to get a rash, or in other words, extinguish me. I don't know. In my personal opinion, the extinguish me rolls off the tongue a little bit more like, yeah. So I'm going to just go with my gut here and say, let's go for C, but I'd appreciate a more pragmatic salute. In other words, extinguish me.
Are you sure it's not back in Hobbiton?
I do think that would be pretty awesome, but I don't think so.
Oh.
All right, here's what
hear
it
it.
actually was.
But I'd appreciate a more pragmatic salute. In other words, extinguish me!
Excellent. What a line.
It's him coming out of the mountain after meeting Smaug, and he's still on fire.
Can you imagine yelling at a dragon, extinguish me? Now that is badass. Okay. We will move on to number 3 on my side, and hopefully I didn't screw them all up. I apologize. I must have messed up in my rendering. So, question number 2 for you, that is actually number 3, but here you go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Slow wonderful gets scout. He's not on your vows you with miss.
Sorry if that was a little loud. We're going to play it again here.
Slow wonderful gets scout. He's not on your vows you with miss.
Would you like a third
Sounds
time?
great to me. Let's hear the options first, and then we'll do it.
Okay, your options are Dory from Finding Nemo saying, "Will you quit it? I'm trying to swim here." Is it Bugs Bunny saying, what's up, Doc? Is it C, Pinky and the Brain try to take over the world? Or is it D, Squidward tentacles. Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
Okay, let's hear it one more time.
Slow with the will hit the scars. He's not down your face you with miss.
I know I must be looking.
All right. You know, I could try to rationalize my way through these answers one at a time. I know it.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's find out.
That was definitely the brain and Pinky. Those voices, even backwards, are unmistakable.
Let's find out.
What are we gonna do tomorrow night?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Very good.
Such a good show.
It really is.
Oh, that
Going too
WB
easy.
block, that was good stuff back then. Oh, yeah. All
Okay.
right. Well, then, if you wouldn't mind playing clip number 3 from me.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we go. Let me adjust my volume ever so slightly. Here we go. What? That almost sounds like a rap. Okay. Can you give me my options?
Absolutely. This is the movie Space Jam, which I think counts as an animated movie.
Yeah, close enough.
It's mostly animated. This is Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
Is this him saying, "You want to play a little one-on-one, doll?"
Okay.
Is it, "Well, that's all, folks"? Is it, "We need your help"? Or is it, maybe there is no intelligent life out there in the universe after all?
I actually think I know what it is, but I want to play it one more time.
All right.
I really think it's D. Maybe there is no intelligent life out there in the universe after all. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting good at this, hearing it backwards, but I'm 99% sure it's D. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Maybe there is no intelligent life out there in the universe after all.
Univoice.
Yeah.
Univoice. I love it.
The Univoice.
Woo.
Absolutely. Excellent job. Hey, we're looking at a clean sweep so far.
Okay. So,
Very nice.
Chris, your third option here. This is going to if you don't know this instantly, I'm going to be mad at you. This is a gimme, as they would say.
All right, let's hear it.
Super
Gimme.
super gimme. All right, here we go. One more time. Do you want a third time or do you want options?
Options, I think. It's clearly there's
Song.
music there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata, It Means No Worries? Is it Optimus Primal from Beast Wars? Remember the Great War Rat Trap? If the Predacons get enough energon, they'll start it again. Is it is it Maui from Moana doing You're Welcome? Or is it Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. saying she's out of our hair when I dare to care?
I wish it was Optimus Primal talking to Rat Trap. If Beast Wars had been a musical on top of being awesome.
Hear it again, or you
yeah,
think you know? Okay,
I think I know, but let's hear it again, yeah.
Too easy. Too easy.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yep, okay, so here we go. Here's the normal.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Very good.
Dwayne Johnson got way too much flack for that. He's a solid singer. I like that song.
I didn't realize he got flack for that. I thought he did wonderful.
Yeah,
People were giving him a hard time?
Oh, yeah. Giving
Well,
him
they
that... Just, they see a big guy singing, and they're like, oh, he can't be good.
Well, yeah, they can go jump off cliffs. Okay, so we're down to our last questions.
Absolutely. All right, so for me, go ahead and skip number 4
Okay.
and play clue number 5.
Let's do it. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness, what happened? All right, here we go. What the? It literally sounds like a foreign language. Oh my gosh. Give me my options.
Okay. This one is the late great Robin Williams as Genie from Aladdin.
Okay.
Is this him saying? I'm not gonna try to do Robin Williams. So, is this him saying 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck? Is this him saying, "Yo, Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel"? Is this him saying, "I'm history, no, I'm mythology. Nah, I don't care what I am, I'm free"? Or is this him saying, "Phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty living space"?
Oh boy, this one's harder. Let me hear it back again. Honestly, it sounds like he's saying "oi," which is almost like "yo" at the very end, which makes me think it's the beginning.
Oi, you. Yeah.
Honestly, that's the only reason I think that one. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. No. Oh. I'm going with my gut, Chris. B. Final answer.
Yo, Rugman.
Yo, Rugman. Let's see if that's right.
Yo, Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel. Yeah, yo.
Oh man, what a classic character.
So good. Hey, that's a perfect 4 for 4. Excellent.
Heck yeah. Okay,
so I'm looking to tie here.
Your final clue for your final question, and this is by far the most difficult. I will tell you that.
Okay.
Out of mine. All right, here we go. Here we go again.
Okay. Yeah, one more.
Okay, so is this from A, the Scat Cat? Come on, cats, we got a split. Is this from Anton Ego? I don't know if I'm saying it's Ego or Ego. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm assuming it's Ego.
Ego. Yeah.
From Ratatouille.
Yeah.
And he's saying, who is nothing less than the finest chef in France? Is it Tony from The Lady and the Tramp? He says he wants 2 spaghetti specials heavy on the meatballs. Or is it SpongeBob SquarePants saying, "Gee, Patrick, I didn't know you spoke bird." And Patrick says, "No, that's just Italian." Would you like to hear it again?
Yes, please. Oh, man.
I told you this one's tough.
This is the harder one. So believe it or not, I am going to go ahead and rule out SpongeBob. I don't hear his voice in there.
What was the clue?
I don't think I hear Louis Prima either. I don't think it's Scat Cat.
Okay. Banana split for my baby, and a glass of plain water for me.
I hear some music in the background.
There is.
And it sounds kind of accordion-y.
Yeah.
But that could be French or Italian, so that doesn't super help.
That's exactly right.
Oh, man.
Rachel says, sounds like France to me.
That's kind of where I'm leaning. Oh, I don't know, though. This one's really a toss-up. I don't... Is it cheating hacks if I ask for one more playback?
No, not at all. Here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Arfnit fessin I often that selling if han. Nine it got in it. So.
Is that a French accent backwards, or is that an Italian accent backwards?
Can you see Drew saying it or not?
Golly.
That's the question.
That's a good question. Man, I don't know. Rachel says sounds like France. I was leaning France, then I started to lean Tony from Lady and the Tramp. Oh man, I don't know.
Tony's Restaurant and Lady and the Tramp.
But they both have strong accents. I don't.
I'm sorry, I had to give you a hard one after the Moana one. That one was too easy.
Right. I think the first thing he says is like schnarf. Schnarf, which I think backwards would be France. French. I think B. Anton Ego from Ratatouille. Final answer.
Let's find out if you're right.
Who is, in this critic's opinion, nothing less than the finest chef in France.
Very
You know
good.
what? I was thinking of the wrong guy anyways, so I'm glad I went based on that last word.
Yep, the
Anton
France
Ego,
is what-
he's the critic. That's right.
Yep.
So he does not have a French accent.
It's okay. All that being said, it sounds like we tied. So I think we stick with our same rules as before. We each get a half a point. So
That sounds good.
you are up 1.5 to half going into
right.
the next round.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, next round is a classic and a short one. We're going to do a lightning round, if that sounds good to all our viewers out there. All you millions and billions of viewers out there.
Yes, millions and billions, to say the least. How many rounds are we going to do, Chris?
2 rounds.
Two
Sound
rounds?
good?
That
2 rounds,
sounds
2
good.
minutes each.
Yep. You got the timer. I got the music cued. Who's going first?
That's a great question. Oh, I don't care. You started the last one, so I'll read to you. You answer.
Okay. Me.
Timer set. Volume up. Okay.
All right, you give me a countdown and I'll hit play on the music.
All right, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. What animal would be the most terrifying if it could speak?
Lion.
What's the worst hairstyle you've ever had?
Spiked hair.
What habit do you have now that you wish you started much earlier?
Not drinking soda.
If you were given 1,000 acres of land that you didn't need to pay taxes on but couldn't sell, what would you do with it?
Build a house and live there.
What about the opposite sex confuses you the most?
Everything.
When was the last time you yelled at someone?
It's probably been a while. I don't know. I'm just going to make a wild guess and say a year.
What's the opposite of a koala?
I don't know. An aardvark.
What kind of things do you like to cook or are good at cooking?
I like doing all kinds of meats, chicken, beef, everything.
What life skills are rarely taught but extremely useful?
How to do taxes.
What movie universe would be the worst to live out your life in?
The worst?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Avengers. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
If you could hack into any one computer, which computer would you choose?
Probably some computer in Area 51.
Who do you feel like you know, even though you've never met them?
Who do I know that I've never met? Charles Barkley.
What's the most ridiculous animal on the planet?
Anteater.
What's the worst thing you've eaten out of politeness?
Cheesecake.
What's the most historic thing that has happened in your lifetime?
When I found out I only have one working kidney.
What happens in your country regularly that people in most countries would find strange or bizarre?
Paying bazillions of dollars. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the timer. Sorry.
Sorry, I just went off. Yeah, volume's all the way up.
No, that's okay.
We'll get a better timer.
Yes, we will. Okay, I didn't keep track.
Well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15.
Okay. And we will start your first round, sir.
All right, on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
What has been blown way out of proportion?
Politicizing masks.
When was the time you acted nonchalant, but you were going crazy inside?
Anytime I feel like going crazy.
What's about to get much better?
This show.
What are some clever examples of misdirection you've seen?
Magicians in general?
Misdirection? Oh, I got you. Okay, what are your funniest stories involving a car?
One time I was pulled over for 3 separate offenses that I hadn't done and then let go with a warning by some young guy who clearly had no idea what he was doing.
What would be the clickbait titles of some popular movies?
You'll never believe how many people die in the Avengers 3.
There you go. If you build a themed hotel, what would the theme be and what would the rooms look like?
The theme would be Game Boy, and the rooms would look like green squares.
What scientific discovery would change the course of humanity overnight if it was discovered?
Teleportation.
Do you think that humans will ever be able to live together in harmony?
Absolutely not.
What would your perfect bar look like?
Filled with good whiskeys and tequila.
What's the scariest non-horror movie?
Probably a food documentary.
What's the most amazing true story you've heard?
True story that I've heard. Amazing true story. Probably something about a person falling out of a plane and surviving.
What's the grossest food that you just can't get enough of?
Oh, there's my timer. Well,
all right. So
okay,
I didn't quite
that
catch
one.
that one.
That's all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Double check.
That's what I got too. Man, we do need to
Sorry.
find a lightning round replacement because you kick my butt in it.
No, not at all. Okay, round number 2.
All right, 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go. What brand are you most loyal to?
Gosh, what brand? Mountain Dew?
What's
that
the
a
most
brand?
awkward? That's definitely a brand. What's the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
Looking at my face in the mirror.
If you had to disappear and start a whole new life, what would you want your new life to look like?
In the woods, secluded from the world.
What movie or book do you know the most quotes from?
SpongeBob series.
What was one of the most interesting concerts you've been to?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh yeah. Where are you not welcome anymore?
Middle school.
What do you think could be done to improve the media?
Nothing. Just stop listening.
What's the most recent show you've binge watched?
The newest episode of Great British Bake Off. Love that.
What's the worst movie trope?
I don't know what a trope is.
Stereotype thing that happens.
Oh, when all the women are insane for no reason.
What's a common experience for many people that you've never experienced?
Being drunk.
What are some misconceptions about your hobby?
Drummers are really, really important to music, and people don't think they are.
That's true. What's the smartest thing you've seen an animal do?
Save someone.
What's the most annoying noise?
The wah wah wah.
What's your haunted house story?
I went in some when I was a kid at the fair.
When did you Google last? Or what did you Google last?
How to update Streamlabs.
What's the dumbest thing that someone has argued with you about?
Hey,
And
I
there's
heard it
the
that
timer.
time.
Yeah.
Some of these questions. Oh my goodness.
Some of these questions.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15?
Blazing fast. That's right.
I got to read faster to catch you up.
I need to answer faster. Sometimes
I
my brain
admittedly
just locks up.
like the one about middle school. I was like, well, I'm too old, so I guess maybe that's why. I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense. Where else are you not welcome, Jake?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, where am I not welcome?
You've never been
Jail?
kicked out of anywhere in your life.
No, I haven't. All right,
Oh
Chris.
boy. All right. 2 minutes on the timer. Final round.
Final round.
I've got to really, really light a fire under my butt to take this one. Okay.
I'll read quick.
3, 2, 1, go.
If money and practicality weren't a problem, what would be the most interesting way to get around town?
The personal jetpack.
What's the longest rabbit hole you've been down?
Oh, with the hanging gardens in Greece or Rome or whatever that is. Yes.
What's the saddest scene in a movie or TV series?
Well, I'm gonna cheat. It's a video game. It's the opening sequence of Mother 3 when the kid's mom die and the dad goes crazy.
What's the most frustrating product you own?
Our router.
What inconsequential superpower would you like to have?
The ability to instantly shave my head without having to do it.
What qualities do all your friends have in common?
They're friends with me.
What odd smell do you really enjoy?
It's not. Odd smell. Sharp cheese.
What's the coolest animal you've seen in the wild?
Like a big heron in a river.
What's the best lesson you've learned from a work of fiction?
Don't take life so seriously.
What food do you crave most often?
Salt and cheese.
Who in your life has the best/worst luck?
Oh, luck. I guess me. I'm very lucky.
Okay.
I'll say me.
What fashion trends makes you cringe or laugh every time you see it?
Most fashion trends, at least in the fashion sense, high fashion.
What's your best story of how you or someone else trying to be sneaky and failing miserably?
I haven't failed at sneaking.
Fair enough. Which apocalyptic dystopia do you think is most likely?
Well,
Darn it.
There's the timer, but I'm just going to say nuclear war.
Fair enough. All right, let's see. I feel like we did better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Did I count that right?
That is technically better, and that is what I got also.
Sorry, Chris. I think I took this round.
30-25. Yes, you did. Well, hey, that ties us up 1.5 to 1.5.
It does tie us up. Okay, so now it is for everyone's absolute favorite segment. This is also only the second week I think we've done this segment, and this is the we take a break segment while you guys listen to music and watch this cool animation that Chris put together. So with that, we'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
See you soon. And we are back.
We're back. Hope you enjoyed that break, that music, that animation. It is the best part of the show.
It is certainly my favorite. I come back a new man every time.
It's nice. I'm glad we added an intermission. Give everyone a chance to take care of business.
Though I will say we tend to lose viewers every time. But it is what it is. Sorry, Chris and I are not robots.
100 followers and maybe we'll do a live intermission.
Yes, I agree. Brian
All
says,
right.
I thought it was just really getting good. Sorry, Brian.
Well, it's about to get better because we're going to go into segment number 4, our favorite and yours, Spot the Fake Quote.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
This is always a strong one, I think, in which we've each chosen a property, some IP, and 3 quotes from that, and we come up with fake alternate versions to try to trick each other into guessing the wrong one. You've seen it before. Well, I mean, maybe you haven't, but you'll get it.
I think this is our longest standing segment for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If there is a segment that you've seen, it's this one.
Fair enough.
No, technically, I think Lightning Round is
That's
our
true.
longest
That's
standing
true.
segment.
Because that one takes no brain power.
Clearly. All right.
Which is
so
why I usually win.
I guess I'll start this one, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
So, the property that I've chosen is the movie The Page Master. Good old classic.
I'm not familiar with the Page Master.
And that is unfortunate. Both for this game and just for your life. Page Master's great. I mean, it's not great, but it's great.
I'll have to watch it.
So for those of you out there who, like Jake, have not seen The Page Master, it's about a 10-year-old boy named Richard Tyler, played by Macaulay Culkin, back when Macaulay Culkin was big, who is terrified of pretty much everything and obsessed with death and accident statistics. And he won't do anything. He won't go outside because he's afraid he's going to die. And one night he's out on his bike and a storm drives him into a library to take shelter. While he's in there, he slips in a pool of water, bonks his noggin on the floor, and wakes up in a magical animated world.
Nice.
Which takes him through various famous literary works. And ultimately he learns a lesson about facing his fears.
Very good.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And along the way, he meets 3 living, talking books that each personify some aspect of the genre that they represent, who accompany him on this quest. The 3 books, there's Adventure, played by Sir Patrick Stewart, which I did not realize because he's like a swashbuckling pirate type.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I have to watch it.
It's great. Even listening back to him, I'm like, I would never in a million years guess that was Patrick Stewart because he's not doing the Patrick Stewart.
It's like he's a good actor or something.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So there's Adventure, there's Fantasy, played by Whoopi Goldberg, who's a flying pink fairy godmother book. And then there's Horror, played by Frank Welker, who is a tattered sort of Igor Frankenstein parody. He's kind of like, yeah, I'm horror. So 10-year-old boy, his 3 book companions, go on an adventure.
Got it.
Quote number 1. The context. Richard, the boy, has been hanging out with Adventure. He's the only book he's met so far. They end up being chased by a giant squid that comes out of a book, and he meets Fantasy and is saved by her. Once Adventure catches up with them, this is an exchange between Fantasy and Richard as the pirate arrives. Fantasy, the book says, well, does she say, "You know that novella?" And Richard says, "Yeah, he's Adventure." And Fantasy says, "Honey, that's the oldest line in the book." Or does Fantasy say, "You know that short story?" Richard says, "Yeah, he's Adventure." And Fantasy says, "Honey, that's what they all say." Okay. Or does Fantasy say, "You know that picture book?" Richard says, "Yeah, he's Adventure." And Fantasy says, "Honey, that's a tall, tall tale."
One more time, give me the initial word that changed.
You know that novella? That's the oldest line in the book. You know that short story? That's what they all say. Or you know that picture book? That's a tall, tall tale.
Okay, so without knowing anything about the movie, really, I like B and C. Let's go with B. Final answer. That's what my gut's telling me.
You got it. It's
yes.
B. Hey, all right.
See, even I can get one right sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. We go back and forth. Yes. Okay, so for you, I just chose quotes from Monsters, Inc., the movie, specifically around Mike Wazowski. Everyone knows who Mike Wazowski is. He's the green one-eyed monster that is the shape of a tomato with legs. And yeah, he has quite a few good lines. So let's dive in. So this first quote, Mike Wazowski is talking to Roz, who does paperwork at their office.
Okay.
Does he say, "Roz, my tender leaking blossom, you're looking marvelous today. Is that a new haircut? Tell me it's a new haircut. It's got to be a new haircut. New makeup? You had a lift? You had a tuck? You had something? Something has been injected in you and it makes you look. Listen, I need a favor. Randall was working late last night out on the scream floor. I really need the key to the door he was using." Did he say, "Roz, my tender discharging blossom, you're looking breathtaking today. Is that a new haircut? Tell me it's a new haircut. It's got to be a new haircut. New makeup? You had a lift? You had a tuck? You had something. Something has been infused in you that makes you look. Listen, I need a favor. Randall was working late last night out on the tear floor. I really need the key to the door he was using." Or finally, did Mike Wazowski say, "Roz, my tender oozing blossom, you're looking fabulous today. Is that a new haircut? Tell me it's a new haircut. It's got to be a new haircut. New makeup? You had a lift? You had a tuck? You had something? Something has been inserted in you that makes you look. Listen, I need a favor. Randall was working late last night on the scare floor. I really need the key to the door he was using."
All right. Well, I was thinking A. I like my tender leaking blossom very much.
Yes.
But the thing that gives it away, I think, is scare floor. I'm pretty sure it's called the scare floor. And I've been watching a lot of Monsters University with my son, because he likes the monsters sometimes. We've seen it, I don't know, probably 6 times over the last couple months. But not Monsters, Inc. But I'm pretty sure it's called the scare floor, which was C. Final answer.
That is correct.
All right.
Very good.
Excellent.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
Your second quote from the Page Master, which you've never seen and gives you a huge disadvantage.
Totally fine.
Hence the trolley questions. I told you guys.
It's good.
All right. So quote number 2, context. The protagonists, Richard and his book friends, are cornered in a cave by a giant fire-breathing dragon.
Okay.
And Adventure is eager to go out there and fight. So the setup here, Adventure says, "This dragon is history. Don't try to stop me." And Fantasy looks at him. They've had time to adventure together, and she puts her hand on his arm and says, "Be careful." And they look into each other's eyes, and she says, "You really are a classic." And then Adventure takes Fantasy in his arms and kisses her.
Okay.
Very abruptly. And then, what happens next? Does Adventure say, "How would you like to read between the lines?" And then Fantasy smacks him, and he says, "Ow, me spine!" And Fantasy says, "Maybe in a fairy tale."
Okay.
Or does Adventure say, "How would you like to curl up with a good book?" And she smacks him, and he says, "Ow, me binding!" And she says, "In your dreams."
Ooh.
They're not all adventure and fantasy. Or does Adventure say, "How would you like to hunt for me bookmark?" And she smacks him, And he says, "Ow, me fine print." And Fantasy says, "Not in your wildest fantasy."
Okay, I don't think it's C.
Okay. All right.
I liked A. My gut was going with A. That one seemed to roll off the tongue the best, and I always say this, I should go with my gut, so I'm going to go with A.
Sorry. Nope. It's
Dang
B
it.
this time. Yep. How would you like to curl up with a good book?
Oh my goodness. I like the read between the lines. That's so funny.
All right. I thought that was pretty good too. Thank you.
Okay, here is your second spot the fake quote, Chris. Again, this is Mike Wazowski, and he's talking to the other main character, Sully, the big blue monster. Does he say, "Hey, good morning, Monstropolis. It's now 5 after the hour of 6 a.m. in the big monster city. Temperature's a balmy 65 degrees, which is good news for you reptiles. And it looks like it's going to be a perfect day to maybe, hey, just lie in bed, sleep in, or simply work out that flab that's hanging over the bed. Get up, Sully." Did he say, "Hey, good morning, Monstropolis. It's now 5 after the hour of 6 a.m. in the big horror city. Temperature's a balmy 65 degrees, which is good news for weasels. And it looks like it's going to be a perfect day to maybe chill out, watch some TV, or easily work out that chub that's hanging over the bed. Get up, Sully." Or did he say, "Hey, good morning, Monstropolis. It's now 5 after the hour of 6 a.m. in the big fiend city. Temperature is a balmy 65 degrees, which is good news for you rascals. And it looks like it's going to be a perfect day to maybe eat food, lay around, or perhaps work out that waistline that's hanging over the bed. Get up, Sully."
I don't think it's number 2.
Okay, it's not number 2.
Or B. I don't think it's B. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think 65 degrees is good news for weasels.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. I don't know much about weasels, but I don't think that's what it is.
Okay.
Good weather makes sense for reptiles. Pretty neutral for rascals. But work out that waistline has that nice alliteration in it. Sounds like a writery thing versus work out that flab. So in short, I don't know. What do I think is more likely to be correct?
That's the whole game.
Yeah. Reptiles, cold-blooded, like warm, or work out that waistline. That sounds so nice. Oh, I don't know. I'm probably gonna regret it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go with C. I think I'm going to go with C. Final answer.
Okay. That is incorrect. It was A, the flab. Hey, that just means I wrote something that actually convinced you. I think this is a PogChamp moment for me. First time ever, PogChamp. I wrote something that Chris actually liked, the waistline that's hanging over the bed.
I like it. I like that. Work out your waistline. Oh.
Hey, we're even.
Well, hey, we're even. All right. Okay, well, we'll see with quote number 3 here.
Quote number 3, let's go.
This is spoilers. We mentioned spoilers at the beginning. In case you didn't realize based on the name of the movie, The Page Master. At the end of the movie, Richard meets the Page Master, who is this very stereotypical looking wizard, tall, long beard, blue robes, played by Christopher Lloyd. He's finally completed his journey, and he's confronted with this wizard, and instead of being excited to be at the end of his quest, he's furious that he's been put through all this, and he goes on a little bit of a rant.
Okay.
And I'm cutting out little bits from the quote because there are parts where the other characters sort of interject. They don't add much of value, though. They're just like, basically like, oh, don't say that. Or, do you know who you're talking to? So, in the interest of repeating it 3 times in a row, I'm just going to read Richard's full rant.
Sure.
Okay. So, does this 10-year-old boy say, I know who he is. He's the guy who got me into this mess. Do you have any idea what I've been through? I was nearly dissected by a crazy surgeon. I was forced to work for a bunch of dirty corsairs. And swallowed. Got that? Swallowed by a fire-breathing dragon. Not to mention being splattered, battered, and scared halfway to death. Or, does he say, I know who he is. He's the guy who put me through all of this. Do you have any idea what I've been through? I was nearly ripped to pieces by a crazy scientist. I was captured and conscripted by a bunch of rotten buccaneers. And devoured. Got that? Devoured by a fire-breathing dragon. Not to mention being lashed, smashed, and scared nearly to death. Or, does he say, I know who he is. He's the guy who did all this to me. Do you have any idea what I've been through? I was nearly torn apart by a crazy doctor. I was made a slave by a bunch of mangy pirates. And eaten. Got that? Eaten by a fire-breathing dragon. Not to mention being tossed, squashed, and scared practically to death.
How old is he again?
10.
So, I liked the way A and C sound, which means it's probably B, but I'm going to count out B. I'm torn between A and C. C sounded a little bit too rhymey to be a 10-year-old, but A was bothering me too. I need a quarter. C. Let's go for C. Final answer.
You got it.
All right.
It is C.
2 for 3.
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Tossed, squashed, and scared practically to death. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Okay, Chris. Your third Spot the Fake quote. Again, this is from Mike Wazowski, and he is actually talking to himself when he says this. And this is a shorter one because the other two were kind of long.
Okay.
Does he say, you know, I am so charming. Sometimes I think I should just kiss myself. Does he say, you know, I'm just so romantic. Sometimes I think I should just marry myself. Or does he say, you know, I'm so strikingly handsome. Sometimes I think I should just date myself.
Okay. I thought I knew this one. No, I'm not sure. So we'll go tried and true method.
Do you want me to go through them again?
I don't think so. It was pretty short. I think I got it. I think I got it. And I don't think it's C.
Okay, so not C. Got it.
I don't think it's so handsome I should date myself.
Okay. So charming and kiss or romantic and marry?
Right.
That is the question.
That is the question. And at first I thought for sure charming and kiss. But I'm so romantic I should marry myself. It sounds like maybe this is while he's setting up his date with
what's her face?
Snake hair?
Yep.
Cecilia something.
I don't know.
Schmoopsy poo.
That's right.
I think I'm leaning towards I'm so romantic I should marry myself. Final answer.
That is correct. Look at that. So we had another tie.
Wait,
on segment number 4. So I think
I was not tracking.
I think we're both at 2.5 now.
2.5.
So it all comes down to the next segment, which is also fairly new. We did a new version of this last week. I think it was last week.
Last week,
This
yep.
is our amazing Lost in Translation segment. For those of you that are new, this is where Chris and I take idioms or common phrases, and we will run them through 10 languages on Google Translate and see what comes out. It's kind of like telephone, but via the internet and Google Translate. And basically what we do is after that 10th translation, we convert it back to English, and then we tell it to the other person, and they have to try to guess from multiple choice what the original idiom was. Pretty straightforward.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris.
It all comes down to this. Ooh, super tense.
Yes, sir. Remind me, do we go back and forth for this one, or is it all through? I think it's all through, right?
I think we went through all of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you first, if you
Okay.
are ready.
I'm ready.
Just to clarify, in case anyone is curious, the languages that I put the idiom through is Slovenian, Swedish, Thai, Polish, Welsh, Ukrainian, Russian, Korean, Latin, and then finally Indonesian. So, Chris, here is your first idiom of Lost in Translations.
Okay.
Reveal the secret. Was the original idiom A, best kept secret, B, a magician never reveals his secrets, C, spill the beans, or D, hill of beans?
Okay. Reveal the secret. Okay. So we got a couple here that have the word secret in them, and sometimes you do get that through line all the way through. Best kept secret. A magician never. I don't think it's a magician never reveals his secrets. That's too long. I don't think that would be chopped all the way down to reveal the secret. Although it is reveal his secret. That's 2 words. Maybe it is. Best kept secret. I don't think it's that, because that would flip meaning entirely. Spill the beans does literally mean reveal a secret. And hill of beans, I will disregard.
Okay. Dismissed.
I'm thinking, meaning-wise, C makes the most sense. Actual words, B makes the most sense. But I feel like the meaning probably carries through better. I'm going to go with C. Spill the beans. Final answer.
That is correct. Very good.
All right.
All right, question number 2. The idiom is, can wrap your hair. Is it A, hit my head against the wall, B, I see but I don't understand, C, I can't wrap my head around it, or D, I'll keep it under wraps? And again, the original idiom, or not, after translation, excuse me, is can wrap your hair.
Well, nothing can wrap my hair.
Oh, I wonder why.
Can wrap your hair. Hit my head against the wall. See but don't understand. Wrap my head around it. Can wrap your hair, maybe. Keep it under wraps. Can wrap your hair. I mean, I'm feeling it's probably C. I think it's probably C. I'm gonna guess C. Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
I can wrap my head around it was the original idiom. Very good. Okay, question number 3. Came out as for me, I guess. Is it A, your guess is as good as mine? B, anyone's guess? C, one would never have guessed? Or D, you'll never guess?
Okay. Well, I can't use the word trick because those all have guess in them. As for me, I guess. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe. Anyone's guess. One would never have guessed. You'll never guess. Your guess is as good as mine. As for me, I guess. That's the only one that's got that, like, self-reference. Your guess is as good as mine. I think that's where it probably comes from. As for me, I guess, me, I think it's A, final answer.
Yet again, correct. You are flawless. Question number 4. The idiom came out as the way he thought. Was that A, a penny for your thoughts? B, there's a method to his madness? C, on second thought? Or D, there's a thought before an action?
The way he thought. The way he thought. Penny for your thoughts, the way he thought. There's a method to his madness. The way he thought. There's a reason for what he's doing. Okay. On second thought, the way he thought.
It's almost like thoughts involved.
Before an action. Yeah. It is. I wish my questions were this coherent. There is a thought before an action. The way he thought on second thought. Ooh, in the interest of avoiding dead air, my gut is telling me C. Something about the way these two phrases line up. The way he thought on second thought. Yeah.
Okay. That is incorrect. The correct answer was there's a method to his madness. Good guess, though. I know exactly what you mean. It kind of rolls off the tongue.
No.
That one translated weird.
That's okay. All right. Okay.
Number 5. The final to your Lost in Translations is look at the wind. Is it A, run like the wind? B, know which way the wind blows? C, got wind of something? Or D, throw caution to the wind?
Look at the wind. Just look at it there.
Just look at that stinking wind. It's always there. It's always blowing and moving flags and stuff.
Sounds very judgmental. I don't think it's run like the wind. Because that's saying be like the wind. But no, it's like, no, look. Look at that
Look
wind
like
over
the
there.
wind.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Look at it. You know which way that wind is blowing. Just look at it. Ugh. Look at that wind. I got wind of... I don't think it's C. Throw caution to the wind. Look at the wind.
So you're down to B and D.
I think so. Know which way the wind blows. Throw caution to the wind. I like that. Look at that wind. You know which way it's blowing. Yeah, I think it's B. Know which way the wind blows. Final answer.
That's incorrect. It's actually throw caution to the wind.
Really? Well, shoot.
So
I thought I was on a roll there. Oh, well.
All right.
Easy come, easy go.
Yep, exactly.
3 out of 5. All right. I'm still in this. We're tied, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got 5 questions for you here. And for those interested in playing along at home and checking our work, the 10 languages I used were Greek, Japanese, Polish, Vietnamese, French, Filipino, Latin, Swahili, Welsh, and traditional Chinese. So
Traditional
Chinese, not modern Chinese. Got to go back to the roots. So your first final translation is, I don't know, but Buddha.
Okay. Common phrase right there.
I don't know, but Buddha is the original phrase. It's not rocket science, or ignorance is bliss, or that is the last straw, or it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Okay. So it's not rocket science. Has nothing to do with Buddha, so I'm going to count that one out. Ignorance is bliss kind of ties to the I don't know. So that there's a potential there. That is the last straw. Makes me think of like, that's it. You know, we're out of options. Doesn't sound like it to me. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. That sounds more like, hey, there's still a chance. Which doesn't sound like it at all. So I'm down to, I really liked Ignorance is Bliss. I think that's the only one that makes sense in my brain. So I'm going to go with B.
You got it. Ignorance is bliss. I don't know, but Buddha.
Fair enough.
I guess Buddha is bliss. So, translation number 2. Between slow and fast victories. Was the original comparing apples to oranges, between a rock and a hard place, through thick and thin, or slow and steady wins the race?
Okay, just I'm going to follow my gut. I'm not going to rationalize any of this. D, slow and steady wins the race. Final answer. I'm just going for it.
I want to troll you, but no, you're right. Absolutely,
Yes.
D. Slow and steady wins the race.
That one sounded like the one that would be right.
Mm-hmm. Between slow and fast victories. I was hoping I could throw you off with between a rock and a hard place, but
No, sir.
you know what? All right. Well, number 3. Your final translation is, there is a question about this. It is not yet clear. This
Okay.
one is probably the hardest of my 5.
Okay.
Was the original phrase, the elephant in the room, he's off his rocker, have your head in the clouds, or straight from the horse's mouth?
There is a question about this. It is not yet clear. Okay, so the elephant in the room, that's like, hey, the thing that everyone knows about, but no one's saying. That does sound like it. There's a question about this. It is not yet clear. He's off his rocker. That just sounds like someone who's crazy. Have your head in the clouds. It sounds like a little bit like B, kind of like losing it. Straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, so that seems like the opposite of there's a question about this. Because straight from the horse's mouth is like first-hand experience, boom. So it's not D.
Fair rationalizing, I think.
See, B and C sound like the same thing to me a little bit. You know, have your head in the clouds, he's off his rocker, similar, like they're off in La La Land. So I'm going to go with A, the elephant in the room. Final answer. It's got to be with my rationalization.
You are correct.
All
It is
right.
the elephant in the room. I did not think you would get that one.
Hey, every once in a while I do something.
Hey. That one's all over the place. All right. Well, good job. All right. Question number 4. The final translation is, note that the acceptable ratio for 1 ounce is 1.
That sounds like a wizard quote. Note.
So was the original phrase, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A stitch in time saves 9. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Or a picture is worth 1,000 words.
This is hard. Okay. Note that the acceptable ratio for 1 ounce is 1. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A stitch in time saves 9. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. A stitch in time saves 9 doesn't really, because the whole point is 1 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
A stitch versus 9, nah, so not B. A picture is worth 1,000 words? That doesn't make any sense at all. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Note that the acceptable ratio for 1 ounce is 1. I guess, no, it's got to be A. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I'm going with A. Final answer.
You got it. Absolutely. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Heck yeah. Does that mean... How many did you get right?
I got 3.
Hey!
That means this final question doesn't matter because it's a foregone conclusion. But before we celebrate, let's give you one last chance to fail.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So your final translation is so glorious. So glorious.
Glorious.
Yes. Was the original idiom on cloud 9, every cloud has a silver lining, fit as a fiddle, or boom, headshot?
Clearly the answer is boom, headshot. Okay, so on cloud 9 is like bliss, which admittedly so glorious sounds like bliss. Every cloud has a silver lining. That's kind of like seeing the positive in life. Fit as a fiddle is definitely glorious. Being fit, so glorious. But see, I could see like a cloud being glorious. So it's not D. Oh man, I think this might be the hardest one, Chris. I have the least definitive answer. On cloud 9 definitely sounds glorious to me. Every cloud has a silver lining. Fit as a fiddle. I would think that the word fiddle would have carried over. But then again. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to just eliminate every cloud has a silver lining. Well, yeah, I'm going to eliminate it. So I'm stuck between on cloud 9 or fit as a fiddle. What's more glorious, bliss or being super fit? I'm going to go with C, fit as a fiddle. Final answer. That's all I got.
So glorious. So glorious. You got it. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I did?
C, fit as a fiddle. Clean sweep, 5 for 5.
That might be a first for me.
Creamed like corn.
I do love some cream corn.
Absolutely. Well, hey, segment 5 rounds out the podcast at a grand total of 3.5 to 2.5. Am I doing my math right there?
That is correct.
And that means Mr. Jake is not the screw up. Screw up is me. So hey.
Feels good. Feels good, man.
Does feel good.
Pog
you know
champ
what? And
Champ and chat.
Hopefully within a couple of weeks we'll have a more of a fanfare to go along with a win. But
yes. All in due time, my friend. We're still in season 0. We have time.
You know, everyone at home, if you're still awake and still watching, just give a little cheer. Just, yeah, Jake! Woo!
He's not as dumb as we thought he was.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. Thanks, everyone, so much for tuning in. It's been quite a fun time, I think.
Agreed. Just real quick, before everyone takes off, want to note a few things. We updated the feedback form. Thank you to Chris. It is now bit.ly/answerbs with a capital A, capital B, and a capital S. We added some more in-depth questions here, so please take some time to fill this out and let us know what you thought of each segment, your ideas. It'll walk you through all of that. Thank you again to Chris for updating that and getting it up and running. So please fill that out when you have time. And then, of course, last but not least, we do have a YouTube channel. We already mentioned this. Chris just linked it in the chat. You can see it on our About Us page on Twitch, as well as the link there. Please go check it out and subscribe to our channel. You just press the little subscribe button and press the little bell so you get notifications. We try to post the previous week's episode every Sunday with cleaned up audio. Everything will be better about it. We really appreciate it if you would follow us in both spaces, and or if you just want to catch episodes that you couldn't watch the whole thing or weren't available.
That's right. Twitch only keeps them around for a couple weeks, so if you want to see anything beyond this week's episode or the last one, you'll have to check out YouTube.
That's right. All right.
I think that's all we got.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Thanks
everyone
again
for tuning in.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
Toodles.